Welcome back, guys, to another video. This is my opinion into why I think young men should learn to fight. Let's get right into it, guys. So essentially, whether it's boxing, MMA, Muay Thai, it's a humbling experience. When I was 17 years old, I literally got put down by a 14-year-old stud. Humbled me real quick. I literally didn't even expect it. I was the guy, I've always been a big guy. I was the guy in the boxing ring being the bullying all these guys in the ring. No one wanted to spar with me. This kid literally comes in. I was around 18 at the time. I say 17, I was around 17, 18 at the time. And this guy literally, I knew he was quite a good fighter. He come from another gym and he was coming to train here for a bit. You know, we had a spar, few rounds down. He was a bit fitter than me as well. He literally caught me with a left hook, put me right to the floor. I sprung back up and everything. I was like, I think it might be more of a shock, but nevertheless, he still put me down, which was crazy at the time. I was like, damn, that's never happened to me before. But I could tell you one thing, you know, I would say it was probably one of the best things to happen to me at the time, because what it did, it just humbled me completely. It made me reevaluate my life, and it made me realize, like, don't ever think just because you're bigger than someone, or just because, you know, someone looks a certain way, just because someone's a certain age or a certain height. Don't judge a book by its cover in general. Like, anyone can do anything to you. You don't know. Like, some would have quit right there and never returned to the gym again, and they would have lost all respect from their peers and people at the gym and also the fighter. But if you're that guy that just gets on with it, keeps on going, gets up, fights again, or even if you don't get up because you just got sparked out and you can't get up, then fair enough. But if you go back to the gym next week or same week, or, you know, you return, you gain respect from, you know, a lot of people, and you gain respect from even within yourself as well, because you're thinking, even within yourself, like, you're saying to yourself, like, okay, I got sparked out, but I still got on with it. I still came back, and I still want to learn. I still want to progress. And even the guy you're fighting will respect you as well. He'll be like, damn, he took a good punch, and he still came back. He still just got on with it. And that's what people rate at the end of the day. And I think you even rate it in yourself, that the fact you even done that as well, which is a, you know, commendable thing, because a lot of guys will just, you know, leave the gym and never return. I've seen that millions of times, where guys, it gets too much for them. They get flustered. It gets a bit much for them, and they never return to the gym again. It's like, what happened to my man? It's like, yeah, I haven't seen him in like a year. So yeah, boxing actually improved my discipline as well, because I went for a stage of just eating whenever, whatever I wanted. I was getting a lot of weight, but then when I got to boxing, what it did, it helped me actually cut a lot of weight as well, because of the constant training I was doing. I was training all the time. I was actually going like 3-4 times a week. And I've been doing this for like years now as well. And also, like, I was actually watching what I was actually consuming inside my body, because I was like, you know, if I'm just eating shit all the time, how am I going to perform in sparring? And I don't want to get sparked again. I don't want to get, you know, run out of breath in sparring and then I can't continue, or someone just catch me with a good shot because I was tired. I didn't know what happened again. And also, when I was younger, I was kind of hot-headed as well. I would literally just find any opportunity to kind of have a fight or get an altercation, like, mainly because I was probably big as well, and I knew I could fight a bit. But essentially, what boxing did is really just, like, really humbled me. And what I would say, it made me just respect other people a lot more and respect what other people can do to you. Yeah, that's what I would say about that. And what I would say as well, it actually helped me, you know, think about, because a lot of the time you might have friends out there, you might have friends that, you know, that you're with on a daily basis, and when fights happen and everything, there might be guys that, you know, trying to escape situations, or there might be guys that don't have that, don't take that, why are you letting that slide? No, you got to do something. But at the same time, what I've learned, like, the guys that can really fight, the guys that really know about, you know, the consequences of this stuff, like, will always try a way to de-escalate it. You don't want to escalate things, because, like, if you know you can do damage to someone, and you know, like, if you get into a fight, you can really, you know, hurt someone, you're always going to try and de-escalate things, because, you know, I would say that real men, real guys, don't want to take it to that level unless it needs to. Like, unless there's real reason to, essentially. And what I would say is, it's not always because, you think you can, if you land on the guy, that he's going to go down or something like that. Even though that can happen. I'll even tell you a little story. There's this one kid that literally I went to school with. When school ended, he literally got into a fight, and he was a kind of a big guy. He had was fairly strong, but he literally got into altercation outside of a pub with like a drunk guy. He ended up getting into a fight with him because the guy must have said something to him or done something. And then without even thinking, got into a fight, hit the guy fell on the floor, hit his head, and the guy actually died. And that guy that went to my school ended up going to prison for manslaughter. Like, it's crazy. Life ruined like that. In a split second when you could escalate, could have de-escalated it, could have stopped, could have just walked on, could have left the situation. Even though the guy was probably in the wrong, like the other guy shouldn't have done that, like shouldn't have just like gone up to him or tried anything. But at the same time, now his kind of life's ruined. You've got that on your record and everything, and now he's in and out of prison. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I mean, he can bounce back from it at some point, but essentially, like, if you had the chance to not go prison because of that, then I'll think that's a smart thing to do, essentially, to just de-escalate the situation completely. So yeah, that's what I would say about that. But I do think it's not always because, I wouldn't say de-escalate always. It's not always because like you think that you can do damage on the guy. Sometimes it's like, okay, if I escalate this and then I actually get into a fight with this guy, and let's say I don't know who's around. I don't know if I'm in his area. I don't know anything can happen. I don't know if he's got a blade on him. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Anything could literally happen. He could whack out a blade and you're trying to fight someone, and then they whack out a blade on you, then you're screwed. And I think the best way to even, if you're on the street or something like that, and like let's say something happens, I would say to de-escalate. You try to de-escalate. If you can't de-escalate, run. That's the best option instead of actually fighting the guy. But at least if you do have to fight the other person, at least you actually know how to. At least you can actually get the first few bangs in, you got sharp punches, you do damage, and then you give you a chance to run. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's what I would say about that. And I've always been fairly confident, but knowing how to fight just made me super comfy in my own skin and knowing who I am. And it actually helped me to stop getting drawn out by other people. Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of times people can draw you out and try, call you out and stuff. But if you know you're that guy and you know that, you can do damage to the other person, or you know that you're super good if it actually got physical, then you don't need to get into these physical altercations, because you know in yourself that you could actually back up what you say. Because a lot of these guys that just talk the talk, and a lot of these guys are just like the hot-headed ones, that ones are like a riot and seem like they always want to fight. They're mostly the guys that get smoked that actually can't fight. Most of the guys that actually can fight and can actually like deliver on what they say, or even the quiet ones, that can fight, then they're mostly the ones that are kind of laid back, kind of quiet, not always the rowdy ones. They're the ones that can mostly fight. They're the ones you should be aware. They're the ones you should be aware of, not the loudmouths who are better rag, thinking they want to fight. They're the ones who mostly get smoked anyway. But yeah, guys, that's all from me anyway. I thought to make a quick video. It might be helpful to you out there if you're young, or even if you're old or older, and you want to get into boxing. I definitely recommend it. Or if you want to get into Muay Thai, MMA, definitely go out there, go to a local gym, get in there, learn how to fight. It'll make you get respect in yourselves. You'll get respect for your peers as well. You become a more respectful person, and you'll feel way better about yourself. And even going out there, and you always know you're good, unless the guy's like a knife or something. But at least even if that happens, at least from if it gets just like on a physical one, you're good. But anyway, guys, that's waffling. But peace.